All right, today we're going to talk about a discretionary idea I have. Generally speaking, I'm a systematic trader, and what we do at Stats Edge Trading is we run systems. So I run back tests for 30 some odd years, and then they spit out results and say, here are things that you could potentially trade at areas that you could potentially trade them. However, and I talk about this in a video that I've done on the channel, you can go back and look at. I still like to take discretionary trades from time to time for the main reason of keeping me involved because I have to generate ideas to build the strategies from, right? So I think a little bit of discretionary trading here and there, even for a systematic trade, is a good thing. So when I see something that I think is interesting, I'm going to pop on and give you guys a look at that. Now, if you want all of access to all of the ideas that come from all the systems, right, go to satsedtrain.com. You can sign up there. It's going to be in the link in below or in my bio or something like that as well. But what we're talking about today is silver. So the last kind of big idea, I guess I brought was natural gas, and I'm still in that. The chart's going to get messed up here. Ignore that red line for now. But we are getting into natural gas here around 17 bucks, give or take. And it's up in the 20s right now, and I'm still riding out most of this position. But silver, this is something that I got an idea from doing a lot of work around just the internets and looking at all of the metals that are breaking out. So we know gold is just making new all-time highs, and we know that copper is breaking out as well. There's a lot of these names that are doing fantastic. So I took a look at silver. Now, the one thing that really stood out to me is this is the PSLV short interest chart on the bottom here. So you can see that people are getting more and more short into silver as time goes on. However, if you take a look here, this is really what I'm interested in. This is silver in the black line, and then we have gold in the pink line. So this is just showing how much kind of lagging behind in silver we have comparison to gold. So what's happening is that we potentially have this catch-up trade. So if we're going to get this breakout in silver and this pattern is going to match gold, where we have this big rounded base, this kind of sideways consolidation, this nice cup and handle here, and we break out, and then silver makes a move like this that gold has made, well, that's something I want to be involved in, especially if a lot of people are short. So that's the basic idea. I think you can trade SLV or PSLV. You could find a miner, particularly if you want. But the way I'm looking at it more than anything is if we go to the daily chart, so we just have this nice consolidation that's existing right here, where we are we are consolidating in this uptrend triangle or ascending triangle or whatever it is you want to call it. So I'm going to look pretty simply and say, hey, if we're above these highs around 31, 32, that's where I want to get involved. Worst case stop is going to be, 26. So it's a pretty wide stop because, again, I'm looking at this weekly chart and I'm looking for a big of a long-term type of move. The idea is that I have a lot of short-term strategies when it comes to trading uh, intraday, and when it comes to trading, swing trades and all of that, all those come from my systems. So one thing that this allowed me to do is to spend more time focused on long-term charts and to spend more time coming up and looking at patterns and things like this that eventually, again, I always want to systematize and bring into stats edge trading and bring into those things. So uh, again, if you're interested, I'm just looking at silver. I think, we've got a pretty good chance for a potential decent move in silver, and then we have a pretty decent risk. So targets would be, right, if we got back to highs here, that's about 47, right? So buying risking $5 to potentially make 15 or $20 seems to be a good trade to take. If we get through that, like we did here in gold, where when we came through that prior high in gold, we ran an additional 150%, that would be fantastic. So again, just looking to see, will silver catch up to gold? I think there's a good risk reward trade to be made in that direction. And if I'm wrong, I know exactly where I'm wrong and I can get out and move on to the next thing. So if you like these kind of just slow, calm, discretionary looks at longer term trades, make sure you're following wherever it is. If you want more action, if you want, many trades every single week, then make sure you come over to statsedgetrading.com.